In the shadows, a sinister trade thrives, a trade that exploits the vulnerable and destroys lives. This is the world of human trafficking. Millions of people are being bought, sold, and exploited every year. They are forced into labor, prostitution, and other forms of exploitation. The widespread and alarming crisis of sex trafficking in Nigeria has taken a darker turn, as this is now becoming the horrifying reality for many children, with the country being the source, transit, and destination point for victims of sex trafficking, targeting more children recently. In Nigeria, the numbers are staggering. Over 1.4 million people are estimated to be trapped in modern slavery, with a significant portion being victims of sex trafficking, according to the International Labor Organization. The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons in Nigeria reported rescuing over 15,000 victims between 2015 and 2020, the majority of victims being women and girls, with some reports suggesting that up to 70% of the victims are under the age of 18. Other sources report that 750,000 to 1 million Nigerians are trafficked every year. About 21,000 Nigerian women and girls have been trafficked to Italy since 2015. And a total of 64% of the girls trafficked to Italy are from Nigeria. According to NAPTIP 2020 report, nearly half of all rescued victims were victims of sexual exploitation, prostitution, or pornography. Recently, along with several minors of the same age group rescued, was a 14-year-old girl taken from the South under the guise of work and forced into sex work in the West, sleeping with several men daily. Another group of girls were rescued in the southern part of the country. A sex slave house of minors was busted in the east. Another and some rescued from Senegal, Ghana, and a 13-year-old girl from Ivory Coast. So, what drives human and sex trafficking? Poverty, lack of education, and social inequality are all major factors. Traffickers use manipulation, coercion, and violence to recruit and control their victims. To combat this epidemic, the Nigerian government needs to enforce anti-trafficking laws, increase penalties for traffickers, protect victims' rights, increase funding for anti-trafficking efforts, establish specialized courts for swift and effective justice, establish shelters and safe houses, offer counseling and psychological support for all cases, assist with rehabilitation and reintegration, establish a sex offenders and traffickers records and database for public awareness and caution, launch and sustain frequent public awareness programs.